You may have noticed this giant air conditioner sitting in the middle of our patio. It's less than ideal, but I've got a solution to disguise that. For about $40 worth of wood and a couple of hours work, we created a screen to hide it. I painted it out in the same color as the air conditioner and the grout in behind so it fades away. Placing this oversized planter in front makes you almost forget it's here.
Think about it for AC, recycling bins, all of that stuff you want to hide. Very impressive. We are putting the instructions for how you made it on our website, cityline.tv, because I know people will want to try that project at home. Now, the other thing very cool in your yard was a privacy fence. So we know that that's important in the backyard.
Yes.
But yours is really cool because it's portable.
Right, well, because we're renting, we can't, dig down into the ground and create something permanent because the homeowner didn't necessarily want that, right? But we definitely wanted to have our own space and privacy from our neighbors. So I thought this was a really great solution, and it's also very simple to build.
Well, I hear all the time from Scott's neighbors that they're just sick of seeing him naked in the backyard. So yeah, you need a fence, Scott. Like, please listen to the instructions.
All right, you show me how to build a fence. Let's do this.
Role reversal.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, this is how we built a fence.
Sure.
So we measured the full length of the patio. I wanted it to be exactly the same, so it was 12 feet.
Yeah.
And to create a sturdy base for it, we did 4x4 pieces of wood for the verticals, cut to 6 feet. You don't really want to go over 6 feet if it's freestanding because you want to make sure that it's not something that's going to tip over when it's windy, right?
That's right.
The other thing that we wanted to do was the least amount of cutting possible.
Okay.
So because it was 12 feet, and when you go shopping for wood, it comes in standard sizes, right?
It does.
It comes in 6, 8, 10, 12 potentially lengths, and we didn't want to have to cut those pieces of wood. So we actually built this laying down outside. We spread these 4x4 posts out, and then this is the miniature version of it here, but pretend these are 6 feet long, 1x4 pieces of wood. Okay. And we actually used wood glue and deck screws to screw them in place on the 4x4s. So you can see here, that one meets in the middle because the other side, sorry Tracy,
no problem,
would have bumped right up against this down the center post, right?
And then you would cover that seam.
Well, exactly. So you have all of these screws there, which you would have to fill potentially, and all of these ugly little lines down the middle. So instead of filling all of that, which would have taken forever, that's what we did instead. We actually cut new boards and glued those down the front and used finishing nails for those. And then even across the top here,
now,
in the middle.
Did you screw this to the house? How does it stand up? I'm a little concerned.
Okay, before that, I want to say one thing.
Yes.
Use spacers. Use spacers. Just cut little pieces of wood to use as spacers at both ends. So for the feet, we did 2x4 pieces of wood like this, much longer. So the wall is 6 feet tall, so we went with 3 of these that were 3 feet long.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, Scott, do you want to do the honors?
What would you like me to do?
Okay.
Put a nail bracket on here?
Yes.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
These metal braces are what screwed, and again, we still did this while it was laying down, this part of it. Screwed these into each of the posts like that.
You gonna make me use this bit, the wrong size bit? Sure. It's okay.
Might not be perfect, but that's okay.
Hey, it worked. It worked.
We'll make it work.
Very good.
So yeah, those get screwed in there. And the cool thing about this too is that when you put these pieces of wood vertically going down, they actually hide the metal as well, because that's not the most attractive thing to look at, even though it's very functional, right?
Very good.
And then once you have all of those screwed in,
put that one on there. I see what you're doing. Basically, this is so that it doesn't tip over.
You got
That's
it.
leverage, right?
And then once it was standing, we did exactly the same thing on the back. We used these same metal brackets because the wood extended beyond in the back, and that secured it from behind as well.
That is so good. So you have a stable.
It's very stable.
And it's not permanent, which is great. Take it with you when you move. Thank you for that.